Imagine for a moment that you find yourself in the middle of a raging ocean. The waves gigantic and dark crash with a force capable of pulverizing steel. The wind howls, the rain blinds your vision, and the cold seeps into your bones. In this scenario, most men make the same fatal mistake. They try to fight the waves. They waste their last reserves of energy shouting at the sea, cursing the storm, demanding that the sky clear according to their will. They sink not because of the weight of the water, but because of the weight of their own useless resistance. The Stoic, however, understands a truth that changes the very structure of reality. You are not the owner of the ocean, but you are the absolute master of your helm. The foundation of all Stoic wisdom, the pillar upon which an unbreakable life is built, is the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, who spent much of his life in the chains of slavery, understood that external shackles mean nothing if the mind remains free. He taught us that suffering is not born from events, but from the judgment we make about them. We suffer because we try to control the uncontrollable. We are distressed by the opinion of a stranger. We lose sleep over the possibility of an economic crisis. We are tormented by a past that no longer exists, and we are terrified by a future that has not yet been born. But look at me closely. None of that belongs to you. Your true jurisdiction ends where your skin begins. What others think of you is their problem, not yours. If fortune decides to take away your possessions, that is an external event. The only thing you truly own, the only thing that no one, not the cruelest tyrant, nor the most voracious disease, can take from you, is your ability to choose your judgment. Your mind is an inner citadel. If you allow another person's anger to enter your fortress, you have opened the gate. If you allow fear of what they will say to dictate your steps, you have voluntarily handed over your keys. Being Stoic does not mean being a rock without feelings. It means being the sculptor who decides which blows of the chisel to accept and which to reject. Freedom is not the absence of problems. It is sovereignty over your response to them. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled the known world from a tent on the barbarian frontiers, did not seek comfort. In his meditations, written by the flickering light of a candle, he left us the definitive manual for resilience. What stands in the way becomes the way. This is not an empty motivational phrase. It is an alchemical reconfiguration of existence. It means that the obstacle is not an accident that interrupts your life. The obstacle is the very material from which your greatness is forged. Think of fire. A weak fire is extinguished by a gust of wind, but an intense fire uses that same wind to grow. It consumes everything thrown at it and turns it into light and heat. So must your will be. When you face betrayal, do not see only the pain. See the opportunity to practice loyalty to yourself and detachment from expectations. When you face a crushing failure, do not see defeat. See a free and brutal lesson about what does not work. The Stoic does not expect life to be fair, because he knows that justice is not something received from the world, but something one practices oneself. Complaint is the refuge of small minds. Every minute you spend lamenting the difficulty of your situation is a minute stolen from the solution. Fate has placed you in this position, not to punish you, but to test what you are made of. Comfort is a dangerous state. It dulls the senses and weakens the spirit. Adversity, on the other hand, is the gymnasium of the soul. Do not ask for your burdens to be lighter. Ask for your shoulders to be stronger. Excellence is not proven in calm, but in the ability to remain upright when everything invites collapse. Remember, a diamond is formed only under unbearable pressure. You decide whether you are coal that crumbles or the jewel that endures. Close your eyes for a second and visualize the end of your path. This is not a morbid thought. It is the most vital exercise you can perform. Memento mori. Remember that you will die. This phrase, whispered by servants into the ears of Roman generals during their triumphal parades, is not an invitation to sadness, but a violent reminder of the urgency to live. Most men live as if they were immortal, wasting their hours on trivial distractions, absurd hatreds, and a laziness that consumes their best years. They save their happiness for a later that may never come. Death is not something that waits for us at the end of a long journey. Death is happening right now. Every second you leave behind already belongs to it. Time is the only resource you cannot recover. You can earn more money. You can regain health, but you cannot buy a single additional heartbeat. If you knew this were your last day, would you worry about that offensive comment on social media? Would you waste time in a sterile argument with someone who does not matter to you? Would you postpone that embrace, that word of truth, that project that makes your soul vibrate? Living under the shadow of memento mori grants you a divine perspective. Mountains of problems turn into grains of sand when viewed from eternity. Love your fate, amor fati, not because it is perfect, but because it is yours. Embrace every second with the gratitude of one who knows he is passing through. Do not seek to leave a legacy of stone or bronze. Seek to leave as your legacy the integrity with which you lived each hour. Death is not the enemy. The true enemy is reaching it and realizing that you were never truly alive. Do not wait until tomorrow to be the man you know you must be. The moment is now or never. We have traveled the path of the mind, of action, and of mortality. But what is the final destination of this journey? The ancients called it ataraxia, a peace of mind so profound that no external storm can disturb it. It is the state of one who has aligned his will with the nature of the universe. It is the calm of the wise person who knows that as long as he keeps his virtue intact, nothing truly bad can happen to him. For the only real harm is the harm you do to yourself by acting with malice, cowardice, or ignorance. Virtue is not a reward you receive at the end. Virtue is its own reward. Living with justice, temperance, wisdom, and courage does not guarantee wealth or fame, but it guarantees something far more valuable: a clear conscience. Modern society pushes us to seek validation outside ourselves, in followers, in luxury, in status. But these are prisons with bars of gold. The Stoic finds fulfillment within. If you have respect for yourself, you have everything you need. If you act rightly because it is right and not to be seen, you have reached true maturity. When you return to the world after this account, do so with a new perspective. Do not be a leaf dragged by the wind of circumstances. Be the wind. In the face of disrespect, respond with indifference. In the face of pain, respond with endurance. In the face of joy, respond with gratitude, but without attachment. Do not seek for things to happen as you wish, but wish for things to happen as they do. In that radical acceptance lies absolute power. You are a fragment of the cosmos, a spark of divine intelligence trapped in a mortal body. Do not dishonor that spark. Walk with your head held high, your heart at peace, and your will firm. The world may tremble, but you, the captain of your soul, will remain unmoved.